Right.
So when he's gone earlier than you, chances are high that man gone earlier than you. You know what he's managing for you. You know how to take it
So
over.
when you inherit his system, it makes sense to you lah.
Correct. If not, then you what's going on 啊？哎呀，死鬼那个阿燕先走了了，你什么都没有交代。Right? No
Right.
啦。
The moral story is the women marry much younger men.
My husband and I plan out how to split household expenses. He will take care of the utilities because it's essential to the household and it's a fixed cost, where I will take care of groceries. He said that I can choose what to eat and don't need to always eat extravagant, so I can have spare money to spend. When I want to send our child to piano class and ask him how to split, he said I should cover it since it's my idea and not essential to the household. So is the husband red flag or green flag? 1, 2, 3. So down the line, we all have red flag opinions. From Shannon, red flag. Why is the husband red flag?
I pay for the piano lessons, but it's not my idea. But I still pay, you know?
Right.
Groceries wise, quite fair, 50-50.
Right.
So it just so happened that I pay for one particular supermarket and she pays for another particular supermarket because of the card that we use.
Right, so the membership split lah, right?
It's all boils down to give and take as well. Like we don't like calculate, be so calculative and boils down to whose idea and who has to pay for that.
How did the costing for like that piano class got decided between you all?
I just gave it. I mean, don't say I gave it, sorry. I volunteered.
Right.
He's only paying for the Barry's lessons.
Right.
So that's the reason why I offered to pay for the piano lessons.
But then like household utility bills and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
that I pay lah.
And is it like a decision based on like earning power, or it's just like never I pay first lah? Like if I cannot, then I'll let you know.
Like utilities I pay because on the internet I pay also because I'm home most of the time.
Right.
She leaves the house and she works, right? So I use most of it at home.
Yep.
That's the reason why I'm paying for it.
Right.
And we never argued about it, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I can afford it, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Ernest, what do you think?
I don't like this type of splitting. You pay for utility and then you pay for piano. And then next time when the children grow up already, no piano class, no enrichment, and then you say, but I still paying utility, you know. Utility is like forever, right? Like Shannon, your case here, say, now I stay at home, so I pay lor. So next time you not stay at home, so you don't have to pay lor. Then there will be an argument, isn't it? So when it comes to getting married, I think the first thing is I always teach the area of managing the money jar system. One of the money jars must get married is the necessity jar. That will consist of utilities, living expenses, including your child expenses.
Right.
The necessity jar that I'm talking about is 50% of your take-home pay. Then from there you manage it. How much go to utility? How much go to the child education? How much go for mortgage?
Is it necessary for them to have like piano class be considered?
If we don't have the budget down there, then I wouldn't want to send my children to some of these high-end enrichment class.
Okay.
Now beside piano class, I want to send her to ballet. Look at that budget you have.
Right.
That necessity jar inside the 50% that we all contribute have enough.
So my second question is that let's say there's disparity in pay between the couple, then your 50% and their 50% can be very different.
Everybody want to be equal, but we come to this, you cannot be equal.
Correct.
Then how? Not all things can be equal. The time that this person stay at home to look after is even more costlier. Okay, you cannot say you only earn 1,000, but you only put in 500 inside here. Hey, what about other thing that she sacrificed in looking after the household chores, doing the household chores, looking after the school homework? This can cost a lot more money. Got to balance. You can't be equal all the time when it comes to measuring money, but you got to measure the benefits behind it.
I like the whole jar system. That makes sense to me. Like you agree to marry the person, then you don't come and like 计较, like my 50% is like 5k, your 50% is 500. How do you draw the line of what is considered essential?
Is there a need? Is there a want?
But the need and wants of different people are very different.
Correct.
Let's say if both don't need, but then some things one person need, one other person.
Then I will say, what is the definition? Let's fall back to the agreement definition. Okay, all must agree. My simple definition: need is something to carry on with life, survivorship. Without it, you will die. So that is the agreement that you all make as a couple. I mean, yes, it's good to have hobby. It's good to have all this identity.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
Right.
That's why we must allocate it another jar, which I called it the play jar or the fun jar. Whatever money that you use from this jar, the spouse don't question. In fact, this money must get to spend off every month.
It's self-maintenance.
It's self-maintenance to keep you alive.
Alive in a metaphorical sense, yes.
Because If people don't spend, then what's saving for?
Me personally, I think that if the system is like weird or jank, you might lead yourself into a weird finance situation without knowing that you have followed a wrong system. Is there like a you know, like simple like 60, 30, 20, 10, like I don't know what kind of like
Okay.
magic formula thing that
The money jar system that I'm talking all about is 6 jars. Of all the 6, okay, 5 of them, 10% of your take-home pay must go to the 5 of them.
okay.
Okay, the only one that get 50% is a necessity jar. So you got the financial freedom account.
Right.
That one is to call pay yourself.
The one anyhow spend one.
No.
Okay.
No.
The other one is play.
That one
Okay.
is play.
So what is this jar?
It's like a savings or investment jar
Right.
that the money goes in, you can't come out until the money produce or grow itself with a fruit. Then you only utilize the fruit. Second jar is called the long-term saving for spending. It's really saving for your long-term expenditure. Like just now we talk about wedding. I'm going to save this amount of money for my wedding.
Next life milestone.
Yeah, next line
right,
milestone.
okay.
So you don't get into debts with that. Then the third one is a necessity jar. We talk about 50%. Yeah. The fourth jar will be the education jar. Not your children education, your own education. Skill upgrading, for example, the government has been always advocating it. Or even yourself, you want to take up some personal course, finance courses, all this, you have money for that. Then the fifth jar is that giving jar or the sharing jar that we want to give back. Donation to the church as tithing or even giving to our parents. That is also to show to our children next time to give to us.
Okay. Okay, understand.
If you manage everything well, the sixth jar is that celebration jar or the fun jar. I
Right.
call it the play jar. If your husband go and use money in this jar to buy all the gadget, why shut up? As long as from the fun jar, it doesn't affect your necessity jar, it doesn't affect the rest of the other jars, it's okay lah. Economy needs him to spend money.
Economy needs him to spend money. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
it can't be so boring that keep right. Must spend, let him
Yeah,
spend.
right.
Same thing, husband. If your wife uses money to buy 100 pairs of shoes,
Right. Yeah.
the next one will be the long-term saving for spending.
Yeah. So is that a common goal?
You should work towards that because you're not talking about wedding, right?
You're
You're
right,
saving
right.
for your doing this is a common thing, right?
Does all the other jars then also mesh except for the play jar?
The only jars that I don't agree to come together, first jar, financial freedom account. So the
Right.
giving jar also I don't want to merge. Then you niam together, you combine together. Hey, how much you give your parent? Then you end up become very sensitive, you know.
Yeah, when I hear the system, I'm just like, some can stick together, some cannot. Because if not, there's going to be more question and answer.
But you didn't ask Ernest, do we have to put the glass jars at home?
You should save it physically so that you can see it. My mom every time take my red packet money. Your uncle asks you, got money for red packet? I never seen it before. I don't have red packet money. Using a jar system is easier for people to understand. Just in case they like swaku like that, right? They don't understand. At home, they can physically play it out. Yeah. Which then I think we can summarize this question to be like, okay, yes, your husband's a bit weird, right? That he wants to split utilities and then you go and thank the piano. Perhaps sit down, have a discussion of how to rebudget like your money wisely and maybe get some education so that your budgeting system makes sense to both of you.
Well, I think, for the girls, if the husband want to manage you, let him manage because that is a long term. Piano class, short term.
Okay, yes, that's actually fire advice.
Because 3 months later, 6 months later, maybe the girl not interested
want
in the
to-
piano. Yeah,
right.
they stop there, but he's still paying.
Okay, no, scrap my previous summary, right? Yes, let him handle the thing. Just thank the piano
No,
part.
lah,
It's okay.
but then it's good to talk about money so that everybody have harmony in the family with money.
Unless you really plan to live there long term.
Right,
Some people buy this kind of places for their forever home. Or some people buy it for investment value.
right.
So you got to see what's the objective like at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why some people start from BTO first, then they upgrade in the normal process lah.
Right.
And that's how they make their money as well lah. Yeah. Or versus you going big and having a huge debt in the beginning of your relationship, then it's gonna be tough lah in the beginning. You know what I mean? But some people like to suffer in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Suffer in the
Yeah,
beginning.
there are people like that.